and thank you for joining. I'm Grace, Communications Coordinator at Ann Arbor's Office of Sustainability and Innovations, and welcome to Greenlight, where we dig into sustainability in Ann Arbor with the residents who are envisioning, creating, and establishing a sustainable and equitable future for our community. Supporting these goals and presenting this series is A20, the city's plan, framework, vision, and associated actions for creating and implementing a just transition to carbon neutrality community-wide by the year 2030. Today, we're shining the green light on Carissa, a City of Ann Arbor Office of Sustainability and Innovations Energy Fellow, Mike Van Patten, Director of Commercial Property Management at Oxford Companies, and Gordan Smith, co-owner of NetZero Tree Care, to learn about both new restrictions on the use of gas-powered leaf blowers within Ann Arbor city limits, as well as Oxford Companies and NetZero Tree Care's success with using electric lawn care. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. To start us off, give us the elevator pitch of who you are and what you do. Carissa, we'll start with you.
Sounds good. So I am a energy fellow with the City of Ann Arbor's Office of Sustainability and Innovations. So I work on our energy team, developing and implementing energy-related programs for the community. And one of the things that I have been working on is the implementation of the leaf blower ordinance that Council passed this past December. So I'm excited to talk a little bit more about that today.
And my name is Gordan Smith. I'm the co-owner of NetZero Tree Care. My partner Aaron Webster couldn't be here today. We are an all-electric veteran-owned tree, lawn, and landscaping service. Our company has blossomed, and we've been able to maintain our momentum with using all-electric equipment.
Mike Van Patten, like you said, I'm Director of Commercial Property Management at Oxford Companies. We're Ann Arbor's largest commercial real estate management company and really do everything soup to nuts for the commercial office buildings.
Mike, we'll start with you. As one of the largest property owners in the area, Oxford has been in the Ann Arbor community for more than 20 years. How has sustainability contributed to your evolution and longevity?
About 7 years ago is really when we started putting a big focus and emphasis on this, and at that time it was LED upgrades, it was solar panels, it was more insulation on roofs. We really want to take the fact that we're the largest commercial management company and try to lead by example. So as more information is coming out and technology is advancing, we're trying to lead the way for some of those around us and kind of hopefully help provide a path for them to follow.
Gordan, as a local tree and lawn care company, NetZero Tree Care has been using sustainable practices here in Ann Arbor from the beginning. Mm-hmm. How has this impacted you and your business?
We really haven't seen much of an impact because we started with all electric equipment, but how it's affected our businesses with our client base. So we have two words I'd use to describe that is either outward support or curiosity. A lot of folks that are supporting green initiatives and are really environmentally conscious are already naturally drawn to us. But since we're also a veteran-owned company, a lot of customers also appeal to the fact that they're helping to support a veteran-owned company. But there's that curiosity: can the electric equipment do the same job? And we've impressed more people with the capability, from our leaf blowers to chainsaws, and now with our lawnmowers. We have yet to fail to meet and exceed customers' expectations with quality.
In December 2023, Ann Arbor City Council passed an ordinance restricting the use of gas-powered leaf blowers within city limits. Carissa, can you give me an overview of that ordinance?
Yeah, so like you said, that ordinance was passed back in December, and it restricts the use of gas-powered leaf blowers within Ann Arbor city limits. So beginning this year, from June 1st to September 30th, gas-powered leaf blowers will be restricted or prohibited within Ann Arbor city limits. And then beginning January 1st, 2028, gas-powered leaf blowers will be prohibited throughout the entire year in Ann Arbor.
Okay, so every year until then, it'll be that period of summertime?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, that period from June 1st to September 30th.
Why was that ordinance passed, and tell me more about its intent?
The intent of the ordinance is not only to promote the city's sustainability goals, but also to promote the health and welfare of Ann Arbor residents by reducing noise pollution, and also air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions that are associated with using gas-powered leaf blowers.
That's excellent. Thank you. Mike, with your goal to use all electric lawn care equipment on your commercial properties by 2025, Oxford has already begun to transition to electric lawn care. What prompted the transition, and how else are you preparing to reach your goal?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, we were in between cycles. So we typically sign our contracts for 3 years with landscaping, and we were in between cycles. So we sat down with A&H Lawn Care, who's been our partner in a lot of this, and started having those conversations about, what's it going to look like? As I mentioned, in 2017 is when we started looking at a lot of these initiatives and the technology. So we were like, now's a great time, right? We're in between, let's see what we can do. So came up with a plan. It's a plan that we've kind of talked about before, where each year we're 33%, 33%, 33%, getting there by 2025. And we're actually ahead of schedule. We're 100% electric with all of A&H's properties, and they manage about 70% of our portfolio right now. So we're taking kind of some of the bumps and bruises that they found along the way and work through, and trying to work with other vendors to avoid some of that and have a little bit smoother of a transition as we continue to get closer to that goal this year and look to get there next year.
That's really great. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Gordon, as a tree and lawn care company that is committed to sustainability, NetZero Tree Care also uses electric lawn care equipment. Why did you decide to use electric equipment, and what has your experience been like?
Well, the reason why we wanted to use the electric lawnmowers is because we were already using electric chainsaws, pole saws for our tree care. When we added lawn care as a service to our company, we said that we were not going to step away from the all-electric commitment that we've made. And so as we learned more about the different types of mowers, we were actually very impressed still that Ego Power was able to make a riding lawnmower and a push mower that will be able to make it through commercial applications. And we've been very excited with the level of performance, the quality of the work that is able to be put out with electric lawnmowers versus using gas powered, because traditionally you always worry about, can it make the cut? But in this, with the lawn mowing equipment, we haven't seen a difference. I've actually seen an increase in the quality of the cut that we have. And we're able to spend less time doing maintenance because we don't have so many lubricated points on the lawnmower. So it actually saves us time, which reduces our operating expenses, which allows us to have a lower price to pass that savings on to our customers.
Wow, that sounds like a great system.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of leads into my next question as well for both of you. Can you tell me more about what electric equipment you use, the types of properties you use them on, and how you manage charging? Whoever wants to go first.
I can start. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, Mike.
Again, a lot of this is put in place by NH, our big partner in all this, and they found right from the get-go really that there's got to be a lot more infrastructure in place than I think most people realize. They had to create a whole new shed that they call their power pod, that's got all sorts of the chargers, the different places to park their cars, and it was really specific just for their electric usage. From there, they had to get a trailer. It's got solar panels on top so that they can charge everything while they're there. They have to have space for 2 to 3 batteries for each piece of equipment so they can cycle throughout the day, keep things charging, because it's not a one-to-one, right? You might get maybe an hour out of one battery, and then it's going to take you 2-3 hours to charge it. So there's a lot of that kind of had a foresight that had to go into to getting the plan in place. And they were kind of that bumps and bruises. So now we've got some of that we can help roll out with some of our other vendors as we continue moving forward.
Fantastic.
So as Mike brought up, definitely maintaining the power is a significant challenge. For the tree care side, we've been able to just use the outlets that customers have at their homes to maintain the powering for the batteries. But as we're expanding into lawn care, the conversation of having a trailer that has a section of the trailer that has power inverters that are powered by solar panels to be able to maintain that next set of batteries that we're going to need for our mowers That was another reason why we decided to use Ego Power, is because all of our batteries, we can swap them in and out against equipment, which is one of those bumps and bruises you were talking about, Mike. We wanted to prevent that. And so while it may not be the biggest name out for commercial applications, we're finding that it's a very competitive with other brands, but it also allows us to be flexible in the field to where we can still finish our work day and even take on additional work if needed.
Okay, interesting, very cool. How would each of you say transitioning to electric leaf blowers and electric lawn care equipment in general improves the health and welfare of Ann Arbor residents?
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot that goes along with it. The biggest thing is the emissions, and really all the equipment that A&H uses on our sites has gone electric, which is the mowers, the weed whips, the trimmers, all of it. And Tim was telling me recently, he's one of the co-owners of A&H, about how there's just not the same level of rules, I guess, in place, regulations for the emissions. So, one lawnmower is the equivalent of something like 7 to 10 cars blowing out those emissions, because it's so much more heavily regulated on the auto side. So, when you look at it, something like one single mower, if you had 11 cars driving back and forth, right? So, the emission's a big thing. The noise, like we've talked about, is a big thing that people don't realize. He's got people that drive into the trailer, park, leave, and they don't even know they were there, right? It's so quiet. You could have somebody outside right now and we wouldn't hear it. And that's been certainly a big benefit for a lot of our commercial tenants, and I'm sure the people in their houses nearby are happy about that too.
Absolutely.
One thing that I think about when I think about the leaf blower ordinance is that it's a small step in a very big direction. And it's a trajectory that we as a community need to get a hold of. I remember during COVID with the lockdowns, I was living in Texas at the time, and I remember being able to see the skyline of Dallas because there wasn't any pollution. With the leaf blowers, while we won't have that same effect, as we continue to move in that direction of incorporating more electric vehicles, public transportation, and just with starting our with these leaf blowers, we're going to see those big impacts over time. But in the near term, where I see it is that a lot of our clients, as Mike was saying, they appreciate that our equipment isn't noisy. They appreciate that we don't have gas cans with 2-cycle fuel and oils all over the place. And so we're able to operate cleaner, quieter, and still provide that same quality.
That's really great. It sounds like there's a lot of benefits both in the short term as well as the long term. Mm-hmm. Carissa, what are the city's next steps in terms of the leaf blower ordinance and where residents can go to learn more?
Yeah, so right now we are working on developing resources to help lower the cost of transitioning from gas-powered leaf blowers to electric leaf blowers. We're also working with Mike and Gordan to get their stories added to our website so that the community can reference that as they make their own transitions. But if you want to learn more about the leaf blower ordinance or just see those resources once they become available, or learn more about pollinator-aware yard care or how to sustainably recycle your leaf blower, you can visit the Office of Sustainability and Innovation's Leaf Blower Phase-Out website.
Fantastic. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to speak with you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. You can learn more about the gas leaf blower ordinance at osi.a2gov.org/leafblowers. Learn more about Oxford Companies at oxfordcompanies.com, more about NetZero Tree Care at netzerotreecare.com, and more about A20 by visiting a20.org. Have a question you want to ask to a sustainability expert in the city of Ann Arbor? Let us know at sustainability@a2gov.org. This has been Greenlight. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.